The FIFA World Cup, more commonly known as the World Cup, is a global tournament for countries' national soccer teams. FIFA stands for Federation International de Football Association, and they are the governing body of all professional sporting events involving soccer. The first ever World Cup was held in 1930, where 13 countries competed in the tournament. These countries included none other than Argentina, Belgium, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, France, Mexico, Paraguay, Peru, Romania, United States, Uruguay, and Yugoslavia. The tournament that year was held in Uruguay, and the host country was very proud to be able to be the first nation to win the title. With a total of 18 matches played in the first ever FIFA World Cup and an average 3.76 goals scored a game, Uruguay managed to defeat Argentina in the finals that consisted of a 4-2 win. Brazil is the leader of World Cups won out of all the countries that have competed. They have won 5 World Cups and have gotten 2 runner-ups. Italy and Germany are tied together with winning 4 World Cups, and Germany has won 4 runner-ups, while Italy has only won 2. Unfortunately for the United States, we have never won a World Cup despite competing in every World Cup since 1990. Our men's national team has not been able to get past the quarterfinals. Every 4 years, when the tournament takes place, it is to be played again in a different host country. The most previous World Cup, which just took place in 2014, was held in Brazil. Unfortunately for Brazil, they could not claim the title in their homeland, and Germany defeated Argentina in the finals that year with a 1-0 win in extra time from the youngster Mario Götze. Götze is now a regular player and sometimes starter for Germany in their off-season matches and produces more fabulous goals. Unlike the U.S. men's national team, the U.S. women are considered a powerhouse when it comes to national soccer and the World Cup. The U.S. women's national team has competed in all 7 of the Women's World Cups and won the title in 2015, 1999, and 1991. The U.S. women's national team has significant stats when it comes to this particular sporting event. Our U.S. women have won 3 World Cup titles since its arrival in 1991. The very first Women's World Cup was in 1991 and was held in the host country of China. The tournament was first called the Women's World Championship, and a total of 12 participating countries in this tournament. This Women's World Cup in 1991 was played a total of 61 years after the first Men's World Cup. There is no particular cause to that time gap other than the fact that women were not allowed to play in a professional sporting event until 1972 under Title IX of the Education Amendment Act. This act states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from, participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Now, the fact that this act was put into play in 1972 and the first Women's World Cup wasn't held until 1991 still remains a mystery and may mean a multitude of different things. Like maybe FIFA still was not ready to make a full another tournament just for the women, or there simply may not have been enough participation. Now we can talk about how this professional soccer tournament has shaped the world and its economy. Throughout time, soccer has been a big influence on societies, but it became a very important one come time of the introduction of the first World Cup. The World Cup is a source of pride for people in their countries. Not every country, like the United States, is a very wealthy economy and have other sports and things to waste their time with. But with other countries, soccer is their way of life. For some of these nations that are living in poverty, watching their people compete in this tournament may be the greatest parts of their lives. In countries like Brazil, their economy is slow and poor, but they produce some of the best footballers in the world today, like Neymar and Hulk. Through history, it seems to be that the nations that seem to be more in poverty are producing the greatest players in the world. Cristiano Ronaldo came from a small Spanish island called Madeira in Portugal, where he spent most of his life sweeping the streets. His professional career didn't kick in for a while for him, so he was stuck laboring in his own town with his mother. Another one of the most famous footballers today that grew up very poor and had to work laboriously. His name is Dani Alves. Every bright and early morning, Dani Alves would wake up at the brisk of dawn from a cement bed in Bahia, Brazil, to tend to the crops and farm with his father. Dani Alves, according to his friends and family, at the age of 8, would climb around his house and sign his name on all of the walls and ceilings because one day he knew that he would have fans' outstretched arms wanting his own autograph. There are many other players in the world today, like Pele, who grew up in Brazil very poor, who would play street ball with his friends with rags of clothes balled up together to play soccer. They would even kick mangoes and practice their juggling skills with those. There are many other players in the world that came out of poverty, just like the couple I just mentioned, but what I'm trying to say is that this tournament brings out drive and their desire to people who wouldn't normally strive for any goals in their lives. And it's the best thing that comes out for some of these countries and nations.